What is up, planet Earth and beyond? It's me, JJ, here, coming at you with week 2 of Dino Attack Helicopter Mock. We've gone ahead and we've finished off our helicopter here, and I am super pleased with how this turned out. I went ahead and I'll give you guys a close up of all the different figures I've got going here. But I went ahead and added gas masks or airplane masks. I'm not really sure what those ventilators are called, but I went ahead and added those. I feel like those really added that helicopter look to it. And I went ahead and kept the guns as close to the size of the original as I could here. I just feel like, the oversized guns, even at this smaller scale, is really just what Dino Attack really was. And so I went ahead and mocked up as close as I could to the original one. I was missing a couple pieces like this other one here. This is the right piece, but it's got stickers on it. And I don't know, I kind of feel like it gave it a little bit more life. This piece is obviously my own creation. Gone ahead, and his gun is slightly different. I do have all the pieces to build the original gun, minus the stickered element for the rotator piece on the top there, but I don't have it in black. I only have it in white. And so I went ahead and kind of mocked up my own version. I gave him a newer hairpiece. Well, he actually has the same helmet everybody else does, but growing up, I always stuck the black hairpiece on him of this piece. That was the old one that kind of had the sideburns going down it, and I just felt like it really sells that military look of a chief or a commander, or I'm not really familiar with the military, but I just really, really enjoyed the look of that. He can stand, but I felt like it looked a little more imposing with him sitting just at the scale of this. Made the gas tank here slightly smaller. It worked with it being full scale, but I feel like that just kind of worked a little better for the scale of this mock. I went ahead and ixnayed the helicopter rope that they added. It was just kind of too bulky and took up too much space, and I kind of wanted to focus more on just the guns aspect of this. This is a stickered piece that I bought on Bricklink a while back that I've just been dying to use for this. The only original sticker piece I have from this set, but I feel like it really helps sell what it was. The original one has a much thicker, complete tail fin. I don't really have pieces that cooperate at a smaller scale with that, and I didn't want it to be quite that big, so I went ahead and shrunk those down. The guns are as close to the original as possible. The only difference is that I added, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a green bar inside of there instead of a red one. I feel like that just kind of gave the green energy vibes from the green lights and whatnot a little bit better. I've shrunken down the propeller, but kept it basically the same design as the original one. We'll go ahead and flip this thing around. The other side isn't as impressive, if I'm being honest. Again, I don't have any of the stickered elements inside that really sold what was going on inside, and so I kind of ixnayed that whole portion and just focused on a cool build. So the next thing I did was I went ahead and floored off the third level of the building and kind of made it my own, made it nice and open. I wanted to be able to have the Raptors and the four-wheeler as part of this. I know that these are not the Raptors that went with this. These are the Raptors that went with the, I always called it a Hummer, but the big truck that came with this set. I feel like it really sold it as far as the different color schemes. I'll go ahead and pull this out here so I can show you in person. I really just wanted to have the four-wheeler up there and just kind of give that vibes of like he's, getting in through some of the smaller areas and trying to take out some of the Raptors. So we'll go ahead and pull him out and give you a closer look at that. Okay, so here is my four-wheeler. This was a really small set growing up, and I feel like it was super underrated for just how, I think this set was like $3 or $4. My family ended up having like 4 of them. I got 2 separate ones for my birthday, and then 2 of my siblings ended up each getting one. And so I just really, really love this. I've gone ahead and given him a different shirt. I used his shirt for the pilots and the helicopters. I feel like it kind of went along more with the aviation look. And so I've gone ahead and upgraded his bike here quite substantially. I never really liked the 2x6 base plate that they used to hold the thing together. It never really gave it that dynamic of a four-wheeler. And so I've gone ahead and I've used different pieces here, trying to keep that same aesthetic going. The wheels I've enhanced, as well as giving him a much more imposing rocket launcher. I just wanted to kind of have different options with a little laser pointer on there, just really give it that extra oomph that, I don't know, I feel like it needed. I always feel like this vehicle also needed like a grill. This piece didn't exist when this came out, or otherwise I felt like it would have been right there in front of it when it originally came out. So I went ahead and I added it, and I feel like it really gives it that four-wheeler aesthetic. I put the exhaust for his booster down a little bit so that we could have a second engine there on the back to just really give it a bunch of speed. And I feel like this pose is so much better than him either standing or sitting on the 2x6 base plate that the set originally came with. So there is that. And here we have the completed mocked up crew that I've got here. The one on the left is the four-wheeler driver with his skull, full leather ripped off jacket. Just looks much more intimidating, I feel like, and kind of more along the vibes of what would have Lego would do in modern era. I've gone ahead and, like I said, decked out the two helicopter pilots with the binoculars and the helicopter gear. And again, this is my captain, my sergeant of sorts. He's kind of leading the crew. And then we have the dune buggy driver here who I had piloting the rear turrets on the helicopter. And so this has been my mock-up of Dino Attack. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. What would you guys have done differently? Let me know down in the comments. Or did you guys have redesigned this? Would you like to see more of this? I'm kind of debating making this the finale, but not 100% sold on it. I might be down if you guys leave enough comments to building a second building or really just doing something else with this mock, but I'm out of ideas, so I really need you guys to comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see. If I don't get any comments by the end of the week, I'm probably going to end up dismantling this to work on my Sentai Fortress. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.